Or maybe I'm just trying to stop shitting myself. Which
Right,
one?
how many? Cascabel, honey tequila. I could shot all night long.
That's what you had when we were in Baby Grand.
That's
that was
You
nice.
were doing shots in the Baby Grand.
Yeah.
The next day I woke up and I was like, I need to find my phone. And so I drove and then I pulled over at where I thought it was, and it was right in front of my car. And I thought if I had drove over like an extra metre, I would have crushed my phone.
2010s was when those huge like knockoff Jeffrey Campbell shoes were in that had the big spikes on them. Do you
Yeah.
remember those?
Yes, yeah.
I used to refer to them as my babies. Oh, hiya, pals. Welcome to our official second episode of the Sad Girls Club podcast. Yay! Have you been chucked? The patriarchy getting you down? Cry behind your pal Amy's garage and ruin the New Year's party again? Well, then you're in perfect company. Welcome to the Sad Girls Club. I'm Hannah Morton and I'll be your host for the next 45 minutes. I'm joined by Amy Clark.
Hello.
Hannah Sutherland.
Hello.
And Emma McDougall.
Hello.
So, girls, as you know, this is a place where you can be sad about the big things, the small things, or the stupid things, whatever you want, because the world's a bit shit at the moment. So let's just come and have a wee bit of a chat and a bitch and talk about whatever we fucking want.
Yippee.
That sound okay?
Yeah,
That sounds
perfect.
What's in your wine glass today, Hannah?
What is in my wine glass? It does. I'm quite impressed that it looks like rosé.
Yeah.
But it's not
Because
rosé.
that is, as you girls know, my drink of choice. I do drink like a old woman. I like
A sherry before bed.
a nightcap. No, I drink a large glass of, and it makes me sound like an arse every time I ask for it, but I'll go like, can I have a large glass of like, your dry rosé? Needs to be dry. And then they go, yeah, of course, that's fine. And I'm like, okay, whatever ice you think you're about to put in this, more ice. Like,
But you're actually wasting that for yourself because that's not a large. But if they're like free pouring,
no, it's a
large
measure.
glass.
250 ml.
All right, okay. Because
250
sometimes
ml.
they're just
Oh, absolutely
chucking
not.
it in.
No. I want the largest glass, and then usually, if they're smart about it, they then put it in a gin goblet with all the ice, and then that's what I want.
They're smart about it.
No, because sometimes then it comes over and it's like to the brim
Right.
with the
Yeah,
rosy wine, and I'm
yeah.
like, this is fine. It's not
Yeah.
exactly. Or sometimes they come and bring like a ice on the side, and I'm like, that's also not what I wanted. And
Dropping it in and swirling it.
but I'm like, this makes me sound like I'm 45, but.
Are you not 45?
How dare you? I'm just turned 30. Speaking of, today's theme is partying.
Whoop, whoop.
Party. Because speaking of, I like a rosy wine, as we know. I like.
Should we do drink of choice?
Many. Oh yeah, no, we can do that.
That's a good idea.
So that is my drink of choice. As we're talking about partying, my drink of choice for most parties, and I do think this is what keeps me going most of the time, because there's a lot of fucking sugar in rosy wine, which I'm now realising. So I think that's why I can just keep going on it, like a plateau in steaming, but I never really go downhill on
Too
steaming.
crazy, yeah.
Because I think the sugar just keeps, I don't know, Hannah. Hannah Sutherland's like, cannot relate.
No.
Maybe you should drink more rosé. You like a red wine.
I quite
like
like.
a white wine though.
I
as well.
like. Yeah, really.
She just likes wine.
Yeah, wine full stop. But I do get to that stage where I'm like, oh, I feel so fine. I'm happy, having a dance, and then I can't walk. It's like my nervous
Yeah.
system
No,
just
and
goes.
then she goes,
Nope.
I'm not paying for my Uber. I'm like, well, who the fuck is paying for your
That
Uber?
was you. Hannah, I don't know if you remember this, but at my 30th, that was
£26 it cost me to get home.
but that was from my flat, because you came back
Yes.
to my flat.
£26. I was honestly like, and it was also unbelievably skint. Because I hadn't been paid yet, and I was like, how am I going to get home? And part of me did go, will I get the bus? No. Because I can get a number 2 from outside your door to literally
Was the
outside
number
of
2
my
even
door.
running at that
Yes,
time?
Is the
it
bus
does.
still running?
The night bus does run.
The
But
night bus.
£26.
No, you were not in a state to get. So that was it, because you girls were at my 30th, which was a couple of weeks ago. We all had a lovely time. There was karaoke. We all 4 of us sang I Will Survive.
Yes, it was very cute actually.
When you hear it back, it's less cute.
Yes.
because Emma
Yes.
filmed it, sadly.
Yes.
I chose actually for my own emotional well-being not to watch it back. So I can go, yeah, I had a nice time, and then I went, I don't actually need to relive that.
No, that's fine.
No.
But you just get this way where like sometimes like it's just like
I glaze.
you glaze. It's like lights on, no one's home. Body still moving, still chatting, but I'm like, oh, she's gone.
It's like a willing nod. It's like,
And so I think they were like, yeah, we're going to go. You've got to lift off my pal Dean.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Dean.
I love Dean.
He's so cute.
Dean's my work husband, and he's a lovely man. But yeah, I was like, and Hannah Sutherland is going with you, and you were like, I've tried so hard.
You don't understand.
So you ended up coming back to my flat, but you did that thing where like
I think I just spoke at people.
I don't think you spoke to anyone.
Did I not?
I just remember seeing you like just sitting, and I was
Hannah,
like, that's fine.
That was the mirror.
And then at one point you just like Irish goodbyes.
I'm really bad for doing that. I will just be like, goodbye. And I won't say goodbye to anyone. Yeah.
But I was
You've
like,
mentally said goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume she's fine.
Yeah, I got home fine.
Yeah.
Next day I felt actually okay.
What were you drinking? What was your drink of choice?
Wine.
Is that always
White?
your drink of choice?
Most of the time, yes. I have had, we were out on a night out, I can't remember when it was, and I just drank like gin, like raspberry gin and something, and felt fine.
Yeah, I think
Literally
you need
felt completely
to
fine.
patch the wine.
Yeah.
I really like a
No,
wine.
I'm the same. I love the wine.
Yeah.
So start with a wine and then move to spirits, because my rule is I have a couple beers and then I move to spirits.
Yeah.
So I have like a Tennent's or Corona, or most recently a Jubel, which is really
I
yummy.
said Jubel.
Well, that's because you're posh.
No, it's because there was a pub that I worked in where the Jubel man, the rep for that company, came in and gave us like a bunch of like free cans of it, and it was before it was anywhere, so it became like a pub quiz prize.
Right.
So because we had so much of it, and the lovely quizmaster Jerry Lyons, who's like a Glasgow legend, he would just like announce it that way, and he'd be like, and our prize this evening is Jubel. And then everybody would be like, yeah.
That's when I started seeing it like that.
So honestly, anytime we see it up, because it's now on like draft, and like I get
the
so
draft
excited.
is so good.
When you order, you're like, a pint of Jubel.
Honestly, we all turn to each other and go, would you like a Jubel? Like, it's the best thing ever.
So I start with that. Start with like a beer or two, and then I'll go into a vodka soda, fresh lime.
Fresh lime.
But
They're
I want
delicious. They're so
hundreds
good.
of squeezed limes
Yeah.
in it. Like I like it pure, like
Tangy.
Citrusy.
See, it
Yeah.
gets referred to as like a skinny bitch drink.
Yeah.
Because there's like no calories in it.
oh my god, I didn't know about
Did
that.
you not? No, so I've had like a pure mad stomach issues. So I all of a sudden realised I was like so sad, like could have cried, that I was like, probably did cry. I was like, I need to cut out wine for a wee bit, and I need to cut out cider, which are like my go-tos. And then so I was like, oh, I guess I'll drink fucking vodka sodas,
Cider
because there's
just reminds
nothing.
me of drink when I was younger.
Yeah,
I
there's
agree.
just so much sugar in, like so much shite in it. So I was like, I'm fucking myself up. And then went on to being like, right, I'll just drink vodka sodas. Oh my god, like as soon as you order it, people are pure, oh, we're on a diet, are we?
Oh really? I've never had that.
Yeah.
Also, rude.
Yeah, but I'm just
None
like,
of your business.
maybe I am, or maybe I'm just trying to stop shitting myself. Like, which
Right,
one?
how many minutes in we started talking about shit already?
I like a vodka lemonade lime, but lemonade gets you to birthday, and then you're fucking
Yeah.
burning people's faces on it.
Gassy.
But this is why I fucking love a seltzer, like a hard seltzer.
I've not had that either.
Amy, they'll change your life.
Are they going to be like £8? I can't.
No, they're like, so the American thing's like a White Claw.
White Claw.
Oh, I've
but
had that.
Aldi
No,
do-
I've not had that, but I've served that to people.
Yeah, so like Aldi do like a cheap version of it. Sometimes you can buy it for like £2 a can.
Oh.
And then like depending on what like bar you're in, like me and my friends will be like, they have seltzers.
They've got White Claws.
Oh, it's like last time I was in the cat house,
cat
we
house.
found out
I've
that
been
they
to
had
the cat house.
seltzers.
The Goss like.
Oh
I
yeah,
wouldn't
Goss.
have really thought it was.
It looks like a monster, so they're quite happy.
They're probably like a monster.
no, honestly, we were all like, fucking yes. And then the best hack I've done is you get two and you put them in a pint glass, and then you feel like you've got a pint.
Nice.
And they're like vegan, gluten-free, because
Right.
it's just like soda water with a bit of flavour in it and a bit of vodka.
Yeah. No.
I was drinking them when we were at the Fringe with Sad Girls Club.
Ah.
I think that's what kept me going, is that I wasn't just on the wines every day after the show.
No, a vodka soda lime, hundreds of limes. The more limes, the better.
Yeah, some places, I've been in a couple of places where you order a vodka soda and I'll be like, fresh lime, because I hate lime cordial.
I need a fresh lime, yeah.
And sometimes you go in places and up here with no fruit. And you're like, what do you mean you've no fruit?
We went to, this was when I was at uni. My friend was like, oh, there's a country western night. Do you want to come along? And it was me and Lauren, who she's American. And we were like, yeah, that'll be a laugh. It'll be fun.
Is this at the
This is at the Opry.
The old Opry.
Grand Old Opry.
I used to live across from it.
Old Opry is
Yes.
So it's also like a lesbian bar at the same time somehow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The lesbians love
Apparently,
it.
apparently so.
Yeah, but do they know Pure Salute the Flag? At the
Yes,
end?
yes, they do. When we were there, so we arrived and I went, where are we? Because I'd never heard of the Opry before. I kind of knew of like Paisley Road West, and we got out the car and I can remember being like, we're going to get mugged. And Lauren is
Yeah, I
this
lived
like
across from there.
6 foot blonde American, and I was like, Jesus Christ. We did not fit in, shockingly enough, at all. Arrived, Lauren went up to the bar and went, can I have a vodka club? And the wee wifey, who was like 4'9", stared up at her and went, a what?
I'm assuming
she
that's a
went,
vodka
like club
club
soda?
soda.
Yeah, like a vodka. Yeah, like exactly. Like
I wouldn't know
we've
what
just
it.
talked
I'd
about.
figure it out though.
And she went, oh, it's a vodka soda and fresh lime. And she went, we've not got any limes. And I thought, this woman's probably never seen a lime in her life. I was like, she doesn't.
They
they're
don't do cocktails.
Yeah, anything green, they're like, no. And then she went, I've only got cordial, and bought this, I'm not being one, a glass bottle of cordial. And it was honestly like, it had like that much dust on the top.
Yeah, like how long has that been there for?
Dunked, probably like half of it was cordial, a tiny wee bit of soda, and then the rest was vodka.
Those places love like a dash.
Yeah,
when they
it
say
was
a dash.
literally like
It's a
wee
fucking
scoop,
dash.
and that was it. I did think when we were in there, everyone stared at, well, shockingly enough, everyone was like, where have they come from?
Newcomers.
But as we had some more drinks, they did line dancing. I, strangely
Yeah.
enough, can't line dance, but Lauren can line dance very well. So she
'Cause
went
she's
up.
American?
Because she's
Yeah.
American. And when they figured out that she was American and could line dance, it was literally like, it's a real line dancing American. It was
At
like
the
they
Grand
all-
Old Opry.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
all got up
Worshipping her.
and were like dancing with her.
Fun fact.
God.
What?
I used to line dance when I was a Wayne.
Oh, did you? Really?
I was like in primary 4 or 5. I used to go every Tuesday night. Everyone that was there was like all these old wivies, all these old
Was this like in
retired.
the community centre?
Yeah, in the Spittle Community Hall. And I fucking loved it. I loved it. I think it's where I get a lot of my coordination from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your drink of choice?
Oh,
My
yeah.
drink of choice.
Sorry, I'm being a bad host.
My drink of choice. First of all, what are you? I asked Hannah what she was having in her wine glass.
Sidetracking. It's a some sort of energy drink situation that just so happens to be pink.
Hannah
having a
Sutherland.
water.
You're having
I've
water
had
in your wine glass.
I had a Red Bull in my last wine glass, but I don't really want to put the water in it. So I'm on the water.
You're on the water.
Yeah.
I'm having iron brew in
Yummy.
my wine glass this week.
You look like when you're underage to drink at New Year.
Oh yeah,
You get your wine glass with
iron brew in it.
3 slurs down and you're like, I'm really beginning to feel that.
Emma, you like rum and coke? Do you
I
know?
love a rum and coke.
like a rum and
I love a rum and coke. I don't mind Jack Daniels either. I love a cocktail. I'm a cocktail gal.
Cocktails are just so expensive now.
They are
Agree,
expensive. But see if I were to have a shot, like see if you're going to offer me a shot. Now, first of all, tequila rose always.
I
But-
don't like, no, nothing creamy.
I think it's called Kazbek.
Is
I
it
don't know what this
is it coffee tequila?
No, it's
No.
honey tequila.
Oh, is it not Cascabel?
Cascabel honey tequila. I could shot all night long.
Emma,
That's what you had when we were
no.
in Baby Grand.
That's-
yeah,
is
that
what I
was
had.
nice.
You were doing shots in the baby grand.
Yeah.
Where was I going after Baby Grand? I can't remember it.
You went to a pool hall afterwards. You were desperate for the pool.
Oh, and then you were.
Amy loves a game of pool, by the way.
I do
Absolutely
love
loves a game of
I'm
pool.
loving you were desperate. on
No,
the
I
pool.
remember it was
like,
like, you're like,
please,
you're going to
please,
go now. Like, we're going to go and find a pool. Actually, we'll just get you guys there. Like, you were
And then
like,
you took pure ages.
because I think we walked. I think you guys got a taxi.
We got a taxi.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway. No, we walked.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we
Oh,
walked.
Just really, she was
I
desperate
was
to get to the pool
spreading
hall.
up Buchanan Street.
I know.
you
So
rum and coke
we've
then?
spoken a wee bit. So we're talking about partying. We've spoken about my birthday. We're doing a couple of birthdays. So Emma, your birthday was
Monday.
Monday.
Happy
And you said you had a
birthday.
sad story about that.
Okay. So one
You're really pulling
one
this
thing I
out
really
already, Emma.
one thing I really wanted for my birthday this year was to have a family dinner with my mum, my dad, my brother, my sister, my niece, and me.
Weirdly,
Because-
your whole family.
Really my whole
At the
family.
family
Your
dinner.
immediate-
Is it that much to ask
Immediate
for?
family. And it's always actually really difficult for us to get a family dinner sorted because we work shifts, we work
Yeah.
retail, we all work different types of jobs. So it's a nightmare to try and get everyone off in an evening and a day. But we managed to get a Sunday evening. So again, another thing that's difficult is trying to get a place where everyone's going to enjoy the food. So we ended up going for La Vita
I do like
in George
La Vita.
Square.
Yes.
We had pre-looked at the menu. People had decided what they were having. It was all very exciting.
This on Monday?
This was on
Sunday
Sunday,
night.
so the day
Sunday.
before my birthday. And everyone's really excited. We all kind of get nice tops on and stuff, get dressed up.
Nice.
Your
A pair of
dad's like,
jeans and a
I've got
nice
this
top.
new top.
Pair of jeans and a nice top. That's exactly what I wanted me. Pair of jeans and a nice top. And we get into town, and me and my dad are the last people to arrive. And as I'm walking up to the restaurant, my brother's walking out shaking his head going, "You're a fucking idiot." And I was like, "What?
To you?
What? Yeah. I was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Check your emails."
Oh no, did you book the wrong one?
I didn't book the wrong one.
Picked the wrong day.
Didn't book the wrong day.
Just didn't book it.
Didn't book for the right number of people.
How many people did you book for?
2. And there's 6 of us. So I was like,
That's up your tiny La Vita as well.
Yeah.
I
And they were-
remember,
it's
yeah, being there and you're literally like touching
Ah,
knees
you're
with people
so
next
sorry.
to you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
honestly, shout out to the lovely man at La Vita who honestly couldn't have been more apologetic for my mistake. He was like, "I'm so sorry. We've got another table of 6 and then a table of 10 about to come in." He's like, "Wait, I wish I could do something." And I was like,
Don't worry, it's not your
Sorry.
fault. Yeah.
So where'd you go?
ended up just getting a McDonald's.
And then you got a Burger King the next day.
And then I got Burger King the next
Yeah,
day.
that sounds like an okay
my birthday, I can do
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
But yeah, that's my
What, did you just all go home then?
yeah.
Aww.
Oh.
That's a shame.
Womp womp.
Did you get a nice photo, but
No, you know
Vita.
how much
That's
I
it, really going
fucking
to
love
shit
a
then.
photo. I take photos everywhere.
Yeah, Emma,
I
at
didn't
my
get a nice
30th
photo.
birthday, you were live streaming the event.
Hey, excuse me. You were not there at Amy's fucking 21st.
I thought you meant I
Yeah.
wasn't mentally there at
You
my own
weren't.
30th. I was like, yeah, probably.
No, honestly, Amy's 21st. I was that mad
she was
auntie.
the videographer.
I
Yeah.
was like
I
taking
thought I was
videos.
Guys,
always-
don't
Yeah.
waste your money. Just invite Emma to any
Yeah.
event
Honestly,
and she'll document for you.
Literally.
I've been to weddings where people have used my photographs
Oh, very good.
instead of the photographers, like for their,
Don't
you know how
hire a photographer, guys.
you know when they change their profile photo and they've changed their name after they get married. People chose my photos,
Very nice.
so I'm just saying.
Wowie. You've got an eye for it.
I've got an iPhone for it, an iPhone for it.
Hannah, where are we going for your birthday this Friday?
Eusebi's for dinner.
Eusebi. What,
Yes.
is that the one west?
West End, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And what age are you?
I will be 26 and a half.
26 and a half.
Yes, I'm in denial.
You're going to be 27 and you'll be entering your late 20s.
You can fuck off.
Okay, you can
I'll
leave.
be 22 in September.
She's just a baby. Every time we're going to reference your name, that's all I'm going to say.
No, it was
Me.
the funny thing about Amy's age is that so we didn't know Amy before.
wait. We first met when we were doing the Fringe.
Yeah, so
Which was 2022.
Yeah.
The first year of the Fringe.
I was like, was it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, so I needed actors for the play Sad Girls Club, and I knew Emma and I knew Hannah, and I got them on board. And then a friend of ours had suggested Amy, and
Shout
she
out
was
to
like,
Maddie
and
Grieve.
because Maddie's such a good actor, and she was like, and what should have twigged me was that she went like, oh, I taught her at Glasgow Acting Academy. And I just sort of went like, oh, right, okay. But then I met you and you weren't a child. So I was like, oh, right, okay. And you kept talking about, you were like, yeah, I'm doing my last year of uni this year and like all this sort of stuff.
Well, it turned out wasn't really my
I know.
last year.
but, like,
And that's
so
when you
my
just
brain
finished.
just did some like quick maths. And I went like,
She's 42.
no, yeah, I'm really bad at maths. No, but I went like, oh, she's like 23, maybe like 22, 23, right? We do the whole Fringe
the
with each
Fringe.
other. And then, but there was a couple of things where I realised that you wouldn't like come and like drink with us and things like that.
That's 'cause I was going on dates.
Oh, yeah. I know, just pure. Sorry, guys, got a date. No, but it was just more. I think
like I was just a sleepy child.
No, and I think it was also like at one point you said to me, you were like, I just didn't want to embarrass myself. Like I didn't know anybody that much yet. I didn't want to get
be
too
fair,
drunk.
You knew people that you had done shows like panels with before, and you would go in there, and I was just like, oh, I want my bed.
No, which is fine. But I sort of
we were doing a show in the morning as
I
well.
know, it was really hard.
Yeah.
I had an emotional breakdown after it. I was that tired. But I always remember being like, all right, okay, like interesting. And then you one day just were like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because I'm 19 and I almost had a heart attack. I was I'm sorry. And you were like, oh yeah, did I not tell you? And I was like, no, you told me you were in your last year of uni, which in my brain goes, that's like
24.
But that's 4 years usually if people say my last year of uni.
Yeah, it's because I done 3 years of like, it was like,
College?
I was in my BA, so it was like, 3 years, and then I stayed on to do my honours, so that's me just, how am I just finishing? But it's 2024, so that was me just finishing 2022.
I mean, if you can't keep track of it, I don't know how.
And
I
then
can
I'm
keep track of it.
2023, 2024, so I'm just graduating now, 4 years of uni.
But finding out you were 19 was the most
Shock to the
disgusting
system.
thing I've ever heard. And then what makes it even funnier is like, then we found everybody was like, oh, Amy's a baby. We then like, you're 21 now. You had your party, all this sort of stuff. There's so many jokes about us being like so old compared to you. And it was when we were up the fort, we were going to Nando's, and you just at one point turned around and went, here.
How old are you?
Age are you guys? And I was like, Amy, I'm turning 30 this year. And then you literally were here like, oh,
You look great for
I was going, no way. And I was like, what? Like, why within this
Honestly,
conversation?
thought you were all like 26.
Well,
25.
thank you.
Amazing.
Amazing.
26. You were all just to say, it's mad that you are just different ages.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it's just mad.
But do you not think because like when you go, you're so used to being like,
Like, you're 10 years old.
Cam it?
no.
9. What age?
No.
What age?
If you're 33,
You're
I am
33.
11 years older than you.
ugh, disgusting.
11.
11.
No, wait, surely not.
I'm 33.
Aye, so 11, aye. Why did you take offence when I said 9?
And I was like, get it right.
Get it right.
Get it right.
Wow.
Respect your elders.
Anyway, stop talking about it. Let's
Respect your elders.
But I
don't
do
you
thi-
swear to me.
I think this happens with like, so you're so used to being in like age groups with people like throughout school and uni and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because even when you talk about people like, and they were the year below me.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've got my pal Cameron, who I've known for years and years and years. He's always still my pal Cameron from the year below me.
Yeah.
He goes out with one of my best pals as well. Like I'm always referencing
He's the year
that.
below.
I know, but he's the year below me. But yeah, so there's that. And then I think when you go out into the real world, especially like Hannah, you've worked in hospitality as well, where like
Age is so like,
I
know what
honestly, I had pals who were like 19. No, like I'm trying to think. My pals from Gandolfi. So one pal just turned 4. Well, I know I keep talking about Gandolfi.
Episode 2.
I know. No, so Mary Claire's turned 40. Ailey's going to kill me if I don't get her age right. I think she's 26. But then like it's like, and then there was a guy that we used to hang about with who was like 50 as well. Like Kevin, lovely man. But like, you just go around in these weird age groups and it like doesn't matter.
We were exactly the same in like the Horseshoe, which is not the Horseshoe in Glasgow, the other Horseshoe that I
really
worked
hope
at. I knew one girl that I went to school with, so she's called Jo, and she's from the year below me. So when I first said, I was like, I can't remember who I was speaking to. I said, oh, Jo, she was in the year below me. But everyone else at the time was only like 17. So I can remember she would be like, people would go over and take drinks order and then be like, Hannah, do I need to ID them? And I was like, well, legally you can't ID them. I then need to go over.
You're legally not allowed to
I don't
serve
think I've
them.
ever ID'd anyone.
Oh, I'm really bad. I really shouldn't admit this, but like,
Do you
Do
pure
you not
love
think it's a
IDing
bit of a
people?
power trip?
I
don't know the
don't
age.
ID people. I also think guys are worse at identifying ages of girls. So there's like girls that come into like the pub that I was working in, and literally like managers would be like, ID every single one of them, and I'm like, they're coming in on a Wednesday for the pub quiz.
Yeah.
Like they are not 17.
I
Like,
also am like, right, they're definitely underage, and then I take their card and I'm like, pure can't do the maths.
Oh no, but that's what I was going to say. I'm like, if you show me a passport or a driver's license, I'm like, thank you so much. Like, I can't do the math.
When I used to work in game, obviously we couldn't sell like games that were over 18 without asking for ID.
I never even thought
for
about that.
everyone. Aye, just in general. Sorry.
What did you mean?
A 3-year-old coming in buying Call of Duty and you're like, yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, I just forgot the whole law there.
But on the till, if you scanned a game that was 18 plus, it would come up ID and it would give you the latest date of birth.
Oh,
See,
that's quite good.
So it
we
was
have that in the
class.
theatres, and even still, I can't match it up.
Die.
Yeah.
It's a day out and you're like, no, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It stresses me out. I just avoid it.
here,
Who's drinking in the theatres underage?
Yeah, no, that is a
do
point.
you know what I mean?
You did used to do that.
but were you there with like your mum?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. No, I, not to brag, guys, but I got ID'd in Edinburgh yesterday for a Red Bull.
Congratulations.
Under 16.
Uh-huh. And I literally, like, I was in the worst mood. So I literally, like, just, like, turned to the girl. She was like, ID. And I probably had it on me somewhere. But I just turned around and went, no. And she then looked at me and went, okay. I just was like, if you make me go into this, like, abyss of a tote bag to try and find
An
my
ID.
purse to try and see if I've got, just for a fucking, and if I'm buying a Red Bull, that means I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm in no mood.
But she just sort of then maybe looked closer at my face and saw like
Saw the wrinkles.
saw the worry lines
I'm kidding.
and just saw the stress on my
A wee
face. and
retinol moisturiser in your bag.
She was pure, on you go, hen. On you go. But honestly, was pure, what? Please, I need this. And also on to talking about, we're still talking about partying, even though we've somehow went on to ID and folk and things like that. Guys,
Tangents, they're good
I
fun.
know we need to put pins in many things. Guys, what's your craziest partying story? Has anybody got any?
Yes.
Hannah, I'm surprised you remember any of your partying stories.
I've been retold
from
this
what
one.
From what I've pieced together.
So, Pennycook, where I grew up, is outside of Edinburgh. It's kind of countryside-ish.
It's kind of cunty.
Well, it
She's
is.
serving cunt.
Cunt.
Can I just pause that to remember when we were at that comedy night and it was Maisie Adam who was asking where people
Yes,
were from, and she went like, she was like, oh, and where are you from? And Hannah went Pennycook, and she very English was like, Pennycook. Pennycook, that sounds like a woman in accounting. And then like anytime I hear you say Pennycook now, I'm like, that's a woman in accounting.
Oh,
Anyway, so we wouldn't get served in any of the pubs. So we used to go to a field, all take booze and just get steaming there.
Yeah, no, sounds about right.
And there was this big country estate that the guy who owns it is very, very posh, and it's called Sir John Clarke's Estate. But we dubbed it Clarkie's. So we would all go there. And my friend Matthew had a bottle, and he'd obviously, like, his mum had won it on a raffle or something. There was no way that someone bought this. And it was either like mango or guava vodka.
Oh,
I know. I can remember I had a bottle of wine with me. Obviously, trends never die. I finished that and then started drinking this vodka neat. Like, on its own. And I think I maybe drank maybe about a quarter of the bottle and then went, I'm not well.
I'm no well.
And my friend who was also, we were all steaming, but I think because you're only 17, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter.
yeah.
We then had to, my dad was like, right, I'll come and collect you. And I had this time slot.
Would your dad know that you were drinking?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Okay. I was like,
and also the fumes
I have
in the
never
car.
touched an alcoholic beverage.
Well, my mum used to buy me the wine.
Oh, that's
She'd
very
be
nice
like,
of her.
yeah, oh yeah, she was sound. She was like, oh, I'll get you the wine. So we then had to make quest over this field.
As the crow flies.
Actually. And I can remember I somehow managed to get over a stile. You know those things that like you use to get over a fence?
Oh, yeah.
So I managed to get over one of them, and then on the field literally couldn't walk. And my friend dragged me by the hands across this field. And honestly, I have no idea how we both managed to get home, because I have since then done that walk and I'm like, we went really far.
Oh, no, there's
like,
so many-
over, like probably like a 2-mile walk legless.
Yeah,
and
you're like,
literally
I should
couldn't
have
walk.
died that night.
I don't know how.
But
And the next
drunk
day I was like, I feel a
adrenaline
bit rough.
It's crazy.
Is wild.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
drunken adrenaline.
You can walk for miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always a
100%.
story.
Or in my case, be dragged for
I know,
it.
exactly. There's always like we always had that thing of like, you know what I mean, like you go to a club with a bunch of guys or whatever, and one of them would fall out with the other one and go, "Fuck this, I'm walking home." And like we're only like East End of Glasgow, but it's at least a 2-hour walk
That's a good
at
walk.
3 in the morning or something like that. And they would, like, every single one of them at one point would do
would
it.
walk home.
But don't get me wrong, I'm like, no, that means I'd be murdered
Yes.
as a
Yeah.
woman doing that. David does it all the time as well. Well, used to do it all the time. That when I lived in the town, he used to like leave whatever party he was at and like show up at my door because like I worked late. So I was like, oh, just like buzz the buzzer, you can come in, that's fine. There's some nights that he showed up. Like one night David's a wee guy and his best friend's a very tall guy, and he showed up wearing his best friend's jacket, which was like down to his knees.
Like a trench coat.
And like one magic glove for some reason.
The white glove.
It was the black one, but you know those ones that one size fits all. So
Oh,
he's
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
like
yeah.
found it in a pocket or something like that. And I was pure, where?
Have you got a Michael Jackson?
But I was like, oh, so did everybody go? Like, how have you ended up with Craig's jacket? And he said, dunno. And I was like, right. So did you tell people you were going, or did everybody go? And he's pure, nah, I just left. And I'm pure, what do you mean you just left? My girl brain's going.
Yeah.
I would have about 10.
Text your friends. Text your
I would have like 10 lassies like phoning the police, being like, she never does this. Like, but I'm just going like, why do guys? It is drunk adrenaline, I guess, that they'll just walk. But I'm going, that means death, sadly. For us.
No, I remember I went to a party one New Year's, and it was in Hindland, and New Year's Day, my aunties
Oh,
at
you've
the
told me this
time
story.
stayed in Bridgeton, and then there was like no taxis on New Year's Day.
Why is your face doing that?
Because I'm scared about where this story's going.
So then I like
said
I had a shocked face, by the way, for the
I
listeners.
got one of those like the city bikes and just like cycled from. I didn't walk or run.
I thought you were going to say I'll
I watched
walk, and I was
during
like,
the day though, and I was sweating at my arse. Like I had a big massive woolly like
Jumper?
like a sort of jumper jacket sort of thing on. My backpack, people had bought me presents, so I had a vinyl as well that I like. So I,
Playing. Bicycle.
an air machine, and then I got to Bridgeton, and it was like I thought it would just be like chill sort of family, but then I remember Joe being the stinkiest I've ever been. I was pure smell myself, and then it was like a full family, like a full family like
Amy
Dude.
just said sorry to a microphone, by the way.
We're women, we're very polite.
And then I think that's a Glasgow thing.
What,
I don't-
saying sorry?
Yeah, I don't think
it's a woman
Not
thing?
just a woman thing. I think Scottish people apologise for everything.
See, I think, like, I hear, like, oh, Glasgow's pure rough, like, blah, blah, blah. Me and David down in Leeds, like, I felt like the politest person on the planet. Like, anytime I went up anywhere, I was pure, hiya, pal, sorry to bother you. Like, can I just get, like, me asking?
Yeah,
me,
we don't want to be an inconvenience.
but, like,
Yeah.
me literally saying, all I need to say is, like,
Can I
hi,
have a
can I
pint?"
have the largest rosé
Yeah.
on the planet? I'm pure, hi, I'm so sorry to bother you. Would this be okay? And hiya, and I hope you're good. And here's a massive tip. Like, I'm away.
Here's a wee kiss.
I know. Love you, bye.
Is that your wild story then? What's your wildest night out?
I'm not that. I really wish I was. Maybe I've not gotten to.
Has there ever been a time where
She's
you've
still
like
got a lot of time.
The hangovers stories have been good. Like when we were talking on the last one, like
Oh, yeah.
I had like my not end of year. I fucking had 10 end of years apparently. I've finished uni like 10 times. That I had like
It was your last day of Panto. Is that the one you're talking about? No.
no, but I did lose my phone that day. I lost my
story
phone.
are you talking about?
I've got two stories.
Oh, is that? Yeah,
One
no, I know
story
that.
was, I'll tell you the last, well, practically the other story was I got pure piss, and then the next day I had to go into uni and I drove my car in and I pulled over about twice to be sick. And then
To be sick. To get to be sick.
I was sick in uni, and then as I was driving back, I was with my pal Brona. I was like, Brona, can you open up that packet, Chris? And I was just sick in the bag driving on the motorway.
How big was
while
the
still
bag?
driving?
Like a big bag?
It was a
family
It was a
size?
family pack.
Okay,
It was a share bag. It was a share bag.
was the bag empty?
Aye, it was empty.
Because I would have cried over the loss of crisps.
It was probably quite dangerous in hindsight. But then the second one was we'd been out for the last day of Panto just there, and we were in Bathgate, and then our pal drove us to get food, and then we were driving on the way back, and my other friend, she's in the back of the car, she's from Leeds, and she's like, is she from Leeds? she's northern.
You know this story.
She's like, I need to be sick. So then she like pulls out the car, and I like jump out the car at the side of the motorway to help her, and I'm like, it's okay. We get back in the car, we drive off, and I'm like, I'm still pissed about it. I'm like, guys, I don't have my phone. So then Josh, who's driving us, poor Josh, I bought my GFT voucher after this because I felt so bad about it. And then
That's a pretty good gift.
it's a good gift. And then we drove back round this motorway, and I'm like 4 a.m, like on the side of the motorway, like, that's my phone. Like about the place, like, can you see? Now this is my phone for the video. It's an iPhone SE. I've had it for like 4 years, and I'm not fucking letting go of it because, well, spoiler alert, I found it. But the next day, we went back to Airbnb, and I was like, guys, I can't believe I lost my phone. The next day I woke up and I was like, I need to find my phone. And so I drove, and then I pulled over at where I thought it was, and it was right in front of my car. And I thought if I had drove over like an extra metre, I would have crushed my phone.
What do you mean, like you parked exactly where you were on the side of the road?
Because Brona was like, there was a bridge, and it was at this exit. So we just kind of used our memory of like but we were honestly looking for about an hour. Then we used our memory, and I was like, right, pull over here.
I like this phrase. We used our memories and this magical power that you have.
I clocked the bridge, and I went, right, I'll pull over here, and we can just walk the
And she
left
goes,
and walk back.
memory.
And I went into my memories,
into your
my
mind
phone.
palace.
And then
Like That's So Raven.
and I found it. But on actual nights out, I love a karaoke, but I'm not too crazy. I do like to lie to boys.
Oh yeah, you love an Irish
love that.
accent.
I'm an avid
You
liar.
love a lie.
I love lying to people about what I do or what other
The
people
Your accent
do.
and everything. You'll change your
I'll
accent.
change my accent. I'll say that I'm a footballer. I'll say I change my occupation every week. Because boys are just so gullible, and they just lap it up.
No,
And
the
it's a
best
lot
one
of
that you
fun.
did was for the Glasgow Comedy Festival launch
aye.
party. Poor Gregor from Would You Think of That?
I'm really sorry.
Shout out Gregor. I think he is the 5th sad girl at this point. He ends up like on nights out with us quite a lot. Like, I mean, twice, but it's more than
one.
Yeah, more than one. So he sort of like he came and sat with us, and we were drinking, and the party sort of was like dying, but we just kept going. Sadly. And I think because he's a wee bit like TikTok-y famous or whatever, some random lassie came over and was pure, oh my God, I pure know you. But she did that thing, which I think is the height of rudeness if you're meeting like whatever you think a famous person is, to then go, why do I know you? Like, and she kept being like, why do I know you? I pure recognise you. And you just decided to be like, oh yeah.
Have you ever heard of Caledonia?
Yeah, you were like, have you ever heard of Caledonia?
Hero Caledonia for, is it Dougie McLean?
Dougie McLean.
Oh right.
Sorry, get it right. National legend.
Jubel. He's like that. Dougie McLean, hero. And then, no, it was Proclaimers. I was like, have you heard of 500 Miles? And I was like, he wrote 500 Miles.
But you say it with like such a straight face.
I was like,
pure,
did you not used to play for Celtic? He used to play for Celtic. I'm pretty sure he used to play for Celtic.
And then
That's what it'd be like.
Yeah, you know, like you're an
No,
actor,
but then
you're very good.
The whole thing was that then Gregor then has Gregor sort of
Like, fuck off.
he needs to quickly decide whether he's going to go
On board,
whether he's on board with it.
He kept going, I've got followers. You can't do this.
I've got followers.
We all have followers, Gregor.
But like mine are just following me.
So
down
I'm
the
a
street,
liar.
like-
I lie to people a lot.
But in a fun way, you're not
in
an
a fun
nasty
way. I'm a
liar.
bit mischievous.
Mischievous, that's a good word.
Yeah, mischievous.
I just like a dance, to be
Like
honest.
a wee dance.
I just don't stop dancing. I think that's why I don't smoke. I think that's the one way that like smoking never got me, is because when everybody just stop.
Amy's
because
shaking her head in disgust.
I know, but
She would never do it.
because when we used to go to the ABC every single Friday and Saturday, R.I.P. ABC, the saddest thing.
ABC.
R.I.P. ABC. They'll never rebuild it. It's really upsetting. Anyway, so we used to go like every Friday, Saturday. We used to like literally go to the exact same bit where it was like you'd go. For Amy, you won't know.
I'll go into my memory.
I
used our memories.
It's like a gig venue. So it's,
I know.
have you been in it? The
No.
ABC?
Have you ever been there?
But so it's like fucking huge. And they used to put like Propaganda was their like
Jelly
indie
Baby?
night. No, Jelly Baby. I went once and wanted to kill myself. It was the worst thing ever. It was just like packed with like shite people listening to shite music, and I hated it. And
That's most of the clubs
I
on
stood in a
Tucker Hill
cloakroom queue for an hour and a half to get my jacket back. It was awful. Anyway, we used to go to Propaganda that was on Friday, which was for indie people. I guess that was me. And
I guess you could call
I know, I guess I'm like
indie chick.
indie. But we used to go and stand like to the left of the hall, so because there was like everybody dancing in the middle, so you couldn't quite get in there, you couldn't find your pals.
Right.
So we used to always go and stand to the left, and then like never put our bags or our jackets in, and we'd just like sit them there and like
And the booths.
not even in the booths, just honestly like on a pile in the corner. And then it became this thing of like you could literally just show up, like you could finish your shift at like 10 o'clock on the Friday and be like, nobody's texting me back. I'm going to guess that they're at the
People
ABC.
are going to be at the ABC.
And literally you would walk to the corner, and like my pal Jen would be on multiple different nights out and be like, I'm just going to go check the left corner. And then we would all be there, be like, ah. But honestly, I never... See, think about like you dance for like what 6 hours or something like that. If
That's what
somebody-
I think the amount of exercise you must do on a night out. Like,
Honestly,
honestly, my body
And
hurts
also, like,
after
you
a
don't
night out
eat
the next
anything.
day.
Like, at so many nights I've been on, like, I've had my dinner and then been out, but I've done like 11:30 until like 5 a.m, and you go, how?
I keep doing it. It's really bad. But like,
Very bad.
on
It's
but then
not.
everybody would go out and like smoke outside, and I'd be like, no, I'll just be here.
Yeah, on
This
the
is a
spot,
really
yeah.
good song. Just like fucking going for it. And I'm like, I used to go in as well. It was when early 2000, like 2010s was when those huge like knockoff Jeffrey Campbell shoes were in that had the big
Oh,
spikes on them. Do you
Yes.
remember those?
Yes, yeah.
I used to refer to them as my babies. I
Your
loved them.
babies.
And I like thinking about it now, I could not do it now. I think for my 30th, I wore those shoes for like 2 hours and
Yeah.
then was like, that's enough
Yeah.
now. But I had these massive like platform high heels that like laced up as well. So
Oh,
your foot
yeah.
was in it.
Yeah.
I
And-
take them off.
Yeah. And the ABC as well was like really slidey because everybody would like drop their drinks. And I remember, oh my God, I remember this night perfectly. I was wearing a mullet dress, a Topshop mullet dress. Does anybody remember?
Yeah, yeah.
those?
Is that the ones that are longer at the back? They've
Yeah.
got like a swishy bit?
What, business in the front, part in the back?
Yes,
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
So it was like short at the front, so it came here, and then,
And then
it
it
was
had like
longer at the
it
back.
was like a wee train.
It
Yeah.
was so cute, and it was white, so it was like just like a white big t-shirt that
Yeah.
came, and I had my baby Jeffrey Campbell's on.
With a chunky necklace.
I think maybe I had a chunky. No, I think I had a long pendant necklace on.
Oh yeah, pre the chunky necklace.
And it was
they went
when-
long to chunky.
Yeah, and I had a short like robin hair. Do you remember Robin?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
The white.
with like a kind of sweep.
Yeah, I used to like
Yeah.
zhuzh up the front.
Yeah, yeah.
Zhuzh. It was like peroxide, so you could literally just like put your hands through it and it would
And it
stick up. It was fucking class. And I remember I was talking. I wasn't even dancing at this point, but I was talking away to like pals in a group, and I went to like. I was standing and I went to like cross my feet like as I was standing, and what I did was I just took the legs away from myself.
Wow.
And I went like down hard, like just went like straight down my
Oh,
pal.
I can
Emily
feel
said
the
she
bruise.
literally went like, yeah, so Hannah, and turned around and I just wasn't there. And I like bounced back up because I was obviously steaming, and I literally was like, oh yeah, no, I'll be fine.
The most pain you've ever been in. You're like,
I think I was that steaming that I was scared, like
Yeah.
another 5 hours of dancing. And it wasn't until the next morning that I woke up and I was scared, oh my, what is this all
Ow.
down my arms? My arms were black, like with like
The muck off
the
of the
dirt
floor?
on the floor.
Oh.
And I obviously was wearing like a white dress as
Yeah.
well. So
once.
I just honestly the whole night I'm pure dancing, and it was just like
You were
muck
bogging.
all down myself.
That's right.
I know I've got many of those stories, to be honest. That's not even the worst one.
I don't even. I know when to stop.
You're not a huge partier.
I'm not a big partier. I know my limit. I know when I can go. This is my last drink.
Aye.
You have
Time.
been in recent years. I've seen you like
I've
let
matured.
loose more
I've
than
matured.
Yeah.
the night out, our last night out after the Fringe, That's the drunkest I think I've ever seen you.
And that was me not
so
even
much
pissed.
fun.
Yeah, that was really good.
Is that when we went to the seance?
Yeah, that was
Yes,
so
that was
much
a
fun.
class.
Yeah.
Class day.
I couldn't get into that because we kept laughing so much.
I was terrified.
So the
Remember-
seance
I was
was...
going, no.
Yeah, someone
way
explain
through
the
it.
seance.
Emma, you
So the
explain it.
seance was
It's not an
obviously
actual
Edinburgh
seance.
Fringe, lots of different types of art, and it was basically a
Like a shipping container.
shipping container.
Yeah.
And you go in it and basically you put
That we
headphones
paid
on.
money
You
to
paid
go
money
into.
to sit in this. And when you first go in, it's
It's
basically a
expensive and
table,
all.
a scary table, and you just sit side by side.
As
and
if
you
you're
then,
about to do a seance.
yeah, as if you're
Yeah.
about to do seance. And then you got to put headphones on, okay? And then they close the door over, so you're in pitch black.
Yeah, like you actually can't see a
You
thing.
can't see a thing, and you've got headphones on, and you hear like creepy voices coming in and be like, "Put your hands on the table. Don't lift your hands off the table."
And then you hear pure like like pure,
And you go, oh my God, what was that?
you hear like from like next door,
Yeah.
like the rooms, like as if there's room
Yeah, it's
next
like a
door.
soundscape
And then
thing,
and then,
yeah.
then they pure check you out being like as if there's people next to you being like they're being like, do you feel that? Do you hear that? And then the other side is like, yes, I hear that. Yes, I hear that.
But then
But
obviously,
it's like you think there's English people next to you. It's like no, Emma's
Emma's
next to
like-
you. Like, you know what I mean?
But I was sitting next to Amy, and literally at one point we just like linked pinkies.
We did the same.
Yeah.
Remember, I slowly, because I was
You
like,
get in
can't-
trouble if you put
yeah,
your,
I thought-
take your
but
hands
then
off
that was
the
it. They
table.
make you think that someone in the room, because it's pitch
It's like-
black, they're like,
like-
someone's taking their hands off the table, which then means there's a ghost in the room.
and you hear glass and all that smashing.
It was
But yeah,
class.
but
I
because
couldn't
it was the
stop
last
laughing.
day of the Fringe, so our show was 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, well done, guys. Remember that? We've trauma
11 o'clock,
bonded about
Pat.
it.
2 o'clock, sad girls.
And that was the show that we actually drank wine in as well.
Yes.
So
Right, that as well.
yeah, so the reason for the party hats and the glasses of wine is pretty much that's like the vibe of the show as well. Is like we always wear party hats and we're always drinking out of like actual bottles of wine. But of course, for show purposes,
Professionalism.
yes, it's a very nice diluting juice that we're drinking. But that was all we got asked like the whole time we were there.
Are you actually drinking
Up
wine?
here, is that wine in there? Like blah blah blah. And
On the
they're like,
last show? Yes, it was.
yeah, because there was like 4 folk.
Oh no, there was more than that, but it was good fun.
Don't get me wrong, we made one, like, they all cried, which I was very
Yeah,
happy about.
it was lovely.
But it was like a really quiet, and the last day of the Fringe is like that, where they go like, oh yeah, it's like a bank holiday, like you should do the show. It's like bank holiday Monday, and like, honestly, like you can see the tumbleweeds of like flyers going through the town. We were there during the bin strikes as well.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
good lord, that was mental.
bogging.
Yeah.
It was like the first year after the pandemic, so it was like slow. We really battled through it. So we deserved these actual bottles of wine that
Yeah.
we decided to drink during the show, which was very fun until I realised I had 2 very wordy monologues.
Yes.
Yeah. You had the last monologue though.
I had the last monologue, I was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
You stopped drinking.
I stopped drinking wine because wine does not make me feel fine. And I don't...
Oh, in general, you've stopped drinking wine?
Yeah.
Ah.
Because just that Christmas there, between Christmas and New Year, I decided I was going to go day drinking. And I was going to a wine bar. So I had a steak bake in the morning for my breakfast.
I thought you meant
And-
at the wine bar.
At the wine bar, had a steak
brought
bake.
it in.
I would love to be there.
No, I had a steak bake for my breakfast, and then went to the wine bar to meet a friend, and I think we had the equivalent of like 2 bottles of wines each. And then afterwards, and I went on a date afterwards because I was like, I'm not
After
ready to
the
go
wine
home.
bar?
After
So
the wine bar,
You
I was
drank 2
like,
bottles of wine and then
Went
went
on a
out
date?
again.
yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not ready to go home because I was like, woo, feeling fine. So I was like, then I went to
What, did you Tinder date it or?
this was a Bumble date
Okay.
at the time. I
I'm
was
surprised you've not told us this one, to be honest.
I was single at the time, so I went to. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go, and I was like, I went on a Bumble date. Went to my friend Julia's bar. It's not her bar; she works there.
What bar is
Just
it? She
it's the
owns
Pot
the
Still,
bar.
which is obviously a
nice.
whiskey bar, not
Yeah,
a
the
wine
Pot
bar.
Still.
quite
So
like it.
went to
Yeah,
Pot
quite
Still, just because Julia was going to keep a wee eye on me, and the person I met was lovely, perfect gentleman, wasn't sleazy in any way. But I then proceeded to have essentially another bottle of wine, and I did not know that
There
when
was
they say-
alcohol in the bottle of wine? Or?
you know how people say when the cold air hits you?
Oh, yeah.
I did not realise that was an actual scientific fact.
Yeah.
So
I don't know the
Obviously,
science, but it
I
must
also,
be.
Yeah.
since this steak bake, hadn't had anything else to eat.
Yeah, that's your biggest downfall.
3
So
bottles
then-
of wine and a steak bake.
Aye.
That's the title of it. What? That's insane.
So I was fucking steaming. I completely fucked it. Like, got home and I was like, and I
I
literally
hate that when you get in and you're pure spinning. Like,
I got in the house.
What time? If you're day drinking as well, what time is this?
This was like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, no, that's
Right, it got
worse.
to 9
bad.
o'clock at night. I was supposed to walk the dog, and I literally like
I hate that. I mean, you need to walk the dog.
no.
You need to go home because you need to walk the fucking dog.
literally threw my bag on the stairs, ran up the stairs, whited in my bathroom, and then had to call in my sister. I was like, Lindsay, I was like, you need to go and tell mum I'm steaming. I was like, because I didn't want to tell mum because she was
and
going
the
to be so
dog's
mad.
still no
And I literally went, the dog's like crossing its legs, needing a piss.
I was like, Ian, my brother, Ian's gonna have to walk Luna. And then like my mum wasn't even mad I was steaming. She was like, you made yourself vulnerable.
Oh God,
Oh, you
that's
got
even
that I'm
worse.
disappointed in your
Yeah,
chat.
it was you put yourself in a vulnerable position.
Oh no. 'cause
And I was
no.
like, you're right, because I was fucking
2 bits of toast.
You'll be fine.
3 bottles of wine in the steak bake.
Yeah.
So that's the only time I've ever really fucked it.
That's the only time you fucked it? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bum 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 bum. Woman of the week.
So give me your woman of the week quickly.
You don't need to do the drink.
Oh, so this week I would like to nominate Pamela Anderson as Woman of the Week. I saw a couple of articles. Articles? I don't know why I said that really funny. I'm glad someone else brought it up because I was like, that was weird. I saw a couple of articles where she basically is she's decided not to wear makeup anymore, and she'll go to events and things just barefaced. And her PR team, our husband,
bareface of it.
bareface, and even our sons were basically like, "Mum, you can't do that.
Oh, they were like, where's your glam team?
Where's your glam team? Where's Mum? You can't go out." And she was like, "Fuck you all." She's like, "I'm an older woman now. If I want to go out without wearing makeup, I can." And the same, Alicia Keys does it as well. Like, basically decided one day, I'm not going to wear makeup on TV or anything anymore. So shout out to those women who are brave enough to go, I'm fucking embracing the way I look. I don't need no glam team if I'm in the public eye.
Yeah.
Embracing who you are. So thanks,
love
Pamela
it.
Anderson.
Lovely one. And quickly, before we go, Amy, why are you sad this week?
Sad this week because
I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Hannah, why are you sad this week?
Can you come back to me?
Oh, Jesus
to
Christ.
think of something.
I'll tell you why I'm sad this week. I've started a new job and no one's spoken to me yet. And I'm really sad about it. Like, no one's told me where the toilet was and no one has told me that I can help myself to coffees. So I just keep going out and buying
You
£4
should take the kettle.
coffees.
Imagine being
I
like,
know.
nobody said I couldn't do this, so I'm taking this home.
I do just need to be a big girl and just be like, it's also Edinburgh, so they're all very Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hannah.
No, it's fine.
Um,
I'm not Edinburgh, I'm Penny.
I know you're
Sorry.
Penny Cook, but they're all just very Edinburgh. They're all like talking to each other, but not one of them's went,
Shite.
who's that weird lassie that keeps coming in with the weird hair? Like I'm quite noticeable, and I would think that they would go like, oh, I've never seen you before. No one's referenced me.
My sad thing is a wee thing, but I've started a new job housekeeping with my best pal Lottie. And,
Oh, yeah, how's that going?
I mean, it's so, guys, I can't explain it. It's so fun, right? So, but
It's in a sexy hotel.
It's in a wee sexy hotel, but we've not been put on together yet. So everyone gets put together as like little pairs to do the rooms. And I just love my bosses so much. Like, oh, you're cracking at the bathrooms and all that, right? But me and Lottie haven't been put on together yet.
Is that what's making
We're
you sad?
working tomorrow morning, so hopefully we get put on together as a pair.
Oh,
Sometimes work does that where they like keep pals apart for some reason. I
But
hate
no,
that.
I think they just kept me apart till like, we were like training
Oh,
or whatever. But hopefully that's I'll pure miss her. I'm like, what you up to?
Separate friend.
Yeah. Aye.
Emma, what
Wee
you sad
thing.
about this week?
I've kind of got like a happy sad,
Go for it.
like a nostalgic sad. So my
Also,
little-
quickly because we're running out of time.
my dog Luna had an operation a couple of weeks ago, and for a while she smelled basically of anaesthetic.
Oh.
So she didn't smell like herself. But now she's finally got her smell back.
Oh, that's
And
cute.
it's giving me those like little lump in your throat because you're like,
I love you so
I love
much.
you so much. Like, you know how when you love someone so much, it hurts and it makes you sad.
Yeah. I feel-
That's what I'm sad
I
about.
wish my dog smelled like anesthetic.
No, you don't. It's fucking.
I know. Hannah?
This is a bit embarrassing. You know when you see old men, but they're on their own and they're just, they can just
I
be like
feel
sitting in
that.
a
So
cafe.
sad.
And
Feel
there's
that.
one that gets on my bus and he just looks so wholesome, and he'll be sitting on his own.
should
and
chat
I'm like,
to him.
You should chat to him tomorrow.
but I'm like but the
I know,
bus
but
is
he also
quite
might be
busy.
like, go away.
This man is probably not lonely at all, but just sometimes I'm like,
Yeah. That's the ending message. Chat to people more.
Chat
Yeah.
to old people on the bus.
tackle
Not even
loneliness.
old people, just chat to people more. I like when you walk past something like, hello.
I was
Or
doing
just
this
smile
Aye.
at someone when you walk past them.
Aye.
at the Leeds Music Festival. I was telling, don't get me wrong, fucking steaming, but I was walking past every single girl that I liked, that I, in my head, was like, I like her outfit. I was like, I'm going to go tell you. That
I
like her
love
outfit.
that. Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, you saw girls being like, oh my God, and I love yours too. And your
Or when
hair.
you ask someone, you go, "Oh, I really like your dress. Where's that from?" And they go like, you get like
And then
the
they go,
price,
"It
the
has
code,
been."
the size. You're like, so it runs a wee
Yeah.
bit small, so size up.
Well, perfect, ladies. I think that's the end to our second ever podcast. Does anybody want to lead us out with a theme tune? Outro?
Second outro.
Second outro off the top of your heads. Go.
Sad Girls Club over and out.
That was kind of Bowie. That was like the Bowie from the Ain't Easy. Over and out.